Weekend whale games, dumping in a holler, crypto's wild.
The only crypto show with fangs.
Weekend whale games, dumping in a holler, crypto's wild ride, stirring up a dollar. Weekend whale games, riding that crash wave, laughing at the flop with the brave and the brave. Markets a hold down, spinning me around, greeds my moonshine, knocking me to the ground. Weekend whale games, yeehaw, witty tail spinning, lessons of soul. Woo! Oh, oh, whale games weekend. Oh, oh, whale games weekend. Oh, oh, whale games weekend. Friday night kicks, whales start to spree, dumping my stack like a barn gone free. Chase a shiny coin, thought I'd hit the gold. Greed had me roping dreams that turn cold. Stupid cowboy hustle, galloping too fast. Markets a stampede, leaving me aghast. From high noon hype to a dust bowl dive, overdose on greed, barely alive. Yeehaw! The rush was a bluff, the fall was a sting. Greed's my whiskey pulling every string. Yeehaw! Time to laugh and learn. Whale games weekend, feel the burn. Weekend whale games, hey! Dumping in a holler, crypto's wild ride, stirring up a dollar. Weekend whale games, hey! Riding that crash wave, laughing at the flop with the brave and the brave. Markets a hold down, spinning me around. Greed's my moonshine, knocking me to the ground. Weekend whale games, yeehaw, witty tail spinning, lessons of soul. Yo! Oh, oh, whale games weekend. Oh, oh, whale games weekend. Oh, oh, whale games weekend. Saturday dawn, charts flash a wreck. Whales playing poker, leaving me in debt. Bought a pig in a pole, thought it so high. Greed had me dancing with a lonesome cry. Stupid barn dance, twirling with the hype. Markets a corral, roping my type. From rodeo king to a tumbleweed jazz. Whale games weekend put me to the test. Yeehaw! The high was a trick, the low was a jolt. Greed's my tonic, stealing my boat. Time to wise up quick. Whale games weekend, take my pick. Weekend whale games, hey! Dumping in the holler, crypto wild ride, stirring up a dollar. Weekend whale games, hey! Riding that crash wave, laughing at the flop with the brave and the brave. Markets a hold down, spinning me around. Greed's my moonshine, knocking me to the ground. Weekend whale games, yeehaw, witty tail spinning, lessons of soul. Yo! Ride's winding down, wisdom's taking root. Greed's a bad brew, kicking off my boot. From the dust I stand, smarter now, with a laugh and bang. Weekend whale games, dumping in the holler, crypto wild ride, stirring up a dollar. Ooh, weekend whale games, hey! Dumping in the holler, crypto wild ride, stirring up a dollar. Overdose on altcoins, tripped on greed's wild ride, hyped up my stash. Now I'm laughing at the tide. Stupid bets crashing like a psychedelic fall. Overdosed on altcoins, answering greed's call. Markets a circus, spinning me around. Greed's my bad buzz, knocking me to the ground. I overdosed on altcoins. Whoa, witty lessons, kicking time to let it go. Oh yeah, here we go. Altcoin fever, chase the mooncoin rumor. Thought I'd strike it rich. Greed had me dancing with a digital glitch. Bought a bag of frogs, hop right off the chart. Overdose, hit hard, broke my trader's heart. Stupid hot train derailed in the dust. Greed's my potion, turning trust to rust. From crypto guru to a clown's parade. Overdosed on all coins, price parade's delayed. Oh, snap! The buzz was fake, the crash was true. Greed's my dealer, what I get into. Wild spin, time to wake and laugh. Overdose on all coins, cut the aftermath. I overdose on all coins, tripped on greed's wild ride, hyped up my stash. Now I'm laughing at the tide. Stupid bets crashing like a psychedelic fall. Overdose on all coins, answering greed's call. Oh, markets a circus, spinning me around. Greed's my bad buzz, knocking me to the ground. I overdosed on all coins. Whoa, witty lessons, kicking time to let it go. overdose coin, haunted by the hype. Greed had me floating on a sinking tide. Stake my lunch money on a meme coin flop. Overdose left me dancing to a bad hip hop. Stupid greed goggles, blind to the dip. Chase a rainbow, landed in a chip. Markets a fun house, mirrors of my shame. Overdosed on all coins, playing the blame game. The high was a trick, the low was a shot. Grease my potion, ticking like a clock. Crazy trip, time to wise up fast. Overdose on all coins, leaving the past. I overdose on all coins and tripped on greed's wild ride. Hyped up my stash, now I'm laughing at the tide. Stupid beds crashing like a psychedelic fall. Overdose on all coins, answering greed's calls. Markets a circus, spinning me around. Grease my bad buzz, knocking me to the ground. I overdosed on all coins. Whoa, witty lessons, kicking, time to let it go. Oh, the trip's unwinding, wisdom's taking hold. Greed's a bad dealer, story to be told. Check it all, from the haze I rise. Smarter now, with a laughing mind. I overdosed on all coins, tripped on greed's wild ride. Hyped to my stash, now I'm laughing at the tide. Overdose, woo! Witty lessons, kicking, time to let it go. 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 Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey.
Jumped on a dip, thought I'd strike a vein. Greed's a sly wolf dancing in my brain. Snatched a coin mid-fall, played the fool's parade. Now I'm dodging wild swings, caught in the trade. Market's a beast, roaring through the fray. Stupid leaps pile up, leading me astray. Q4's a rumble, hopes a distant drum. Dip dive mania, facing the hum. Hooked a shaky bet, rode the hype's wild roar. Greed's a trickster knocking at my door. Dive too deep, surfed a crashing tide. Now I chuckle at the mess, swallowing pride. Just twist like vines, a jungle a chance. Stupid wrist stack, leading a reckless dance. Neutral vibes, teeter Q4's on the edge. Dip dive mania, dancing on the ledge. Slash through the deal, watch the gains ignite.
Late.
Ride the chaos, claim the traitors fight.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Let the charts soar high.
we seem to be having some technical difficulties here.
Touch the sky.
All right.
Feel the beat explode.
Don't screw up on me now, equipment. We need you.
Seize the dive, rule the night. With
Join me for the...
storms break.
All right, I got it. Hold on. No. Check, 1, 2.
It's a joke,
1, 2, 1. This one's good. This one's good right here. Go ahead, sit back down. Go ahead. Stop. Imbecile.
Slash through the dip, watch the gains ignite.
Ladies and gentlemen, two things that you need in your life is a little cowbell and a lot of Jesus. We can help you out with both of those right here. Here's a little cowbell, clear the air. Well, let's get those good emotions flowing. La-di-da. Grab your dinglings. The show is about to begin. Please prepare yourself. If this is your first time, well, try not to click off too soon. Give it a chance. It's going to be kind of freaky, okay? Thank you.
Yeah, it's raw. I sketched the charts, blood on my big move. Market make a snipe.
John, that was your cue. Hit the freaking button already. Come on.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you very much.
At least you could prove that somebody around here can hit a button. Welcome everyone to Late Night Crypto with Road Dawg. Hopefully you guys can hear me all right, because I'm not hearing myself too well, and
I think I got a little something going on over here in my cables or something with my audio. So we're just going to crank her up. Maybe, no, is it me? Is the mic sound okay? Let's make sure let's make sure I got sound over here. You guys usually tell me right off. And I'm not getting much from the chat over here. Somehow, this just feels kind of weird. I see nothing going on in the chat right now whatsoever. I need to know that you can see me, that you can hear me. It's a conspiracy. They're trying to mess with your head, Road Dawg. This is what I got right here. I've got, oh, there we go. Normal audio. Okay, cool, says Wanda. Thank you very much, Frank Lopez. Joe! We got you in the mic sounds. Okay, cool. I've got some issues going on over here. I got to keep an eye on. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, it still sounds weird to me. It doesn't sound, I'm not hearing myself as well. The monitor is off just a little bit. All right, so let me know if the music is too loud or anything like that. Sorry, I got off to squirrel. Welcome everyone to Late Night Crypto, the Road Dawg. I think we said that already, but it's worth saying again. Say hello to everybody in the chat in just a second. 16 people with me right now. We're watching Bitcoin right here, trying to figure out what it's going to do. You know, it's on the trend line over here, lost it. And they start maturing over a while, right? They start out kind of a steep angle. It's a little subjective when you got a setup like this instead of graph paper like they used to have in the old days. But even then, I guess it could still be subjective. Not really. I mean, they were going more for a time price thing. Yeah. So angles were a big thing, and they still are, I do believe. Because losing that angle, you lost it. You came back up and retest. Now, that's what we do in a bullish market. You don't see that happen so much in the bear market zone. It's kind of like using the break trend line. It's like, oh, that's it. Oh, snap, you went quick. You'll notice there's a difference between how price action happens in the bull market and the bear market. And we see more bullish activity, right? And we're seeing this creep up. They start creeping up when you think they'd be creeping down, right? And that's what Bitcoin's kind of doing overall. It's creeping up when you would kind of think here on the weekend it would be kind of creeping down. That's what the normal play is. But remember what we've always talked about. Toward the end of the cycle, the weekends start getting more interesting, right? They used to suck. There's no volume here. And you can be sure that if you go into Friday, your altcoins are going to dump over the weekend. That's what we went through for quite a while here. And any pump that we did have was quickly taken out, sometimes even during that weekend with all the whale games. We still got whale games. There's bigger whales out there playing it smart right now. Know what's coming on. The money printers are going to go burr, and that's what makes our altcoin season happen. Okay, that's just what it is. Bitcoin's its own animal. Altcoins kind of follow it around, dump when it dumps, but the real thing that makes everything pile up in value is when all the money printers in the world go up and devalue that currency. That makes everything else more expensive. So it's not that it's really increasing in value, is that the dollars and the fiat is just weren't worth anything anymore. It's too much of it. Kind of like these altcoins we got that had the trillions and billions of coins out there. Yeah, they kind of lose their value, right? Scarcity, that's the key, right? Trend line right here, we lost it again. We didn't come up and touch it this time, though. What's going on? Are you on a trip? You know what I'd do? I'd pull this little thing out and I'd check for a 382 Fibonacci. Or a 0.5, and we almost hit a 0.5 on that. We did respect that 382 area, so that's kind of cool. This trend is probably not over then, right? We'll put this little Fibonacci away. I don't want to brandish it too much. It might make some people jealous because I've got a sexy looking Fibonacci with some numbers on there that some people don't even look at. Their measuring tape don't go that far. It might make them a little jealous. I'm just saying. So bigger pull. What are we doing here? Same thing. Oh my God, you just scared it over. Why'd you race in the first place, dumbass? Anyway, all right. So we climbing. Just measuring in here. But your bigger one's going to tell you where the resistance is to swing high to swing low, right? Swing high to swing low. Tell me where price is going to go, and we seem to be holding the 618 Fibonacci area, and that's gorgeous. We got past our 0.5, which was over here, and that was kind of mandatory for us. However, we got another one over here, I believe. Gotta have to double check that, but that's when the other ones we're looking at. And then our main target's right around the 0618 Fibonacci, coming up around 117. I believe the liquidity maps are starting to come up with those numbers too, right? And so it makes sense, that the algorithms, people, traders, or whatever, they know what Fibonacci is. They know things are up there. And if we don't see anything up there now, I'm sure that we will. A little. Do I need to update you? Probably so. I don't think I have. Well, it says here that we got some liquidity up here at 112.5 and some down here at 110.4. Now that sounds like that could just spell a nice little turbulent weekend on a Sunday. Don't normally trust these moves on the weekend because, the real retail's not here, right? That's when everybody's starting to talk more about crypto. You see it more in the news, not just Bitcoin every now and then, but like some altcoins, you're like, huh? Or some, you start seeing it trickle over and more people talk about it and more people ask about it, more people searching for it on Google. That's a good thing. Coinbase app starts going up and in the rankings and things like that. That lets you know that things are starting to warm up and get into good season. Until that happens, anything that happens on the weekend is usually some kind of manipulation. All right, usually like they get us pumped up on the weekend and then dump us on Monday and Tuesday. That's usually the typical good gameplay where we get, oh man, we're doing so good, and then we're not, and just, oh yeah, well this time's for real, and then not, oh man, and like then for real or not. Every time you get your hopes up in this market, especially on these altcoins, they just seem to be dashed just a few days later. It's what it feels like. It's what it is in reality, because it's that Bitcoin dominance just ain't ready to fall yet. Now, she might be working on something right now. But can we trust this move? Now, for Bitcoin, that's curious. Now, Bitcoin is getting past its levels here, right? It's taking off my boxes. That we may invalidate that $100,000 area. That could still be in play, right? But this is some janky price action right here. You can tell they're playing games. Since they're playing games, that means they want some more of it. And I don't know, I still don't want to put it out of your mind, the possibility of going back to 100,000. That's still on the table. We're just watching these boxes get ticked that tells us when we're over. I mean, some analysts over here, or some of the teachers that I see out there, they don't really have a system that will tell you whether you're totally bullish or bearish, right? I think with our system, I can tell you that. They look, well, we got to get past a certain area, or we got to do this. You're like, how do you know that? And sometimes they know, and sometimes they, they got some idea. But I can give you something a little bit more concrete, and that is your Fibonacci 50% area there. Just slap it. It's like a scale. 50% right there in the middle. Right there in the middle. You ain't on one side or the other, man. You either good, you evil, you bullish, you bearish. That 50% line right there will tell you that's at 114.3, and we're getting close to it. That's a little bit better than I anticipated from this high at 126 all the way down to that low, scary low at 102, where BlackRock bought 42,000 Bitcoin at the bottom magically. Just happened to time that perfectly. It wasn't, yeah. However, all that crap turns out. But we got our market flush, and so we have a very possible reset. And people are just now starting to realize the possibility that could be going on, and I'm cool with it. So here we are. We're going to come over to the daily. The beautiful daily, where we were flirting with losing the 200 moving average. Not so much flirting with that idea anymore. Usually when we stop flirting with that idea is said and done. It's already said goodbye. The 200 is just sitting there going, is she coming back? She said she might come back. I'm gonna wait here. I'm such a simp. Anyway, and meanwhile, she's going off the bigger pastures because, well, 114 has got a lot more money than the 200 does down at 107. And so the law of hypergamy seems to be coming into play here as it comes to Bitcoin. I'm just saying. Seems to be what is happening here. I'll look at some other lines of interest over here because I'm a line guy. There's one right there. See how beautiful that is? It's so good in hindsight when you throw them up when things are happening. You're like, I don't know if that's going to do it or not. Is that true? I don't know. They got all this going on too. And The fibs take all the confusion out of that. Use them in conjunction with lines, and life just seems to get a little bit better. But lines do tell you a lot. They will speak to you, my friends, with a moving average and all these indicators. And if you'll listen to them, listen to what they're saying, they can help you navigate this market. And you see the price it's curving. We've been discussing that for quite a while. And we are on a big-ass parabolic move. We have been ever since down here. It's slow ass. It's slow ass. But as it starts progressing, it will start getting faster and a little bit more volatile. So that's cool. We got that to look forward to. Also got this kind of opening broadening pattern here. If you didn't connect it back here, just looking at the local things, and we've had that spelled out too, right? But connect on back, and you got the big ass trend line, and so we're squeezing up. And even with this and this bearish formation, we still got a lot to do. And if it does break to the upside of this, then this being part of our parabolic move, that could be that little thrust that we need for that next little section, right? So we're timing it perfect. Things are lining up. But every October, and even I'm going to go ahead and say, even in November, there's going to be a couple of weeks there where you're like, God, when is this? Is the ball ride for real? This is it? And you get discouraged, and then it does what it does, and then nobody believes it's over, and they go extended cycle, we're going forever. I'm going to load up on altcoins now. I'll even hold them during the bear market. I don't care. Crypto's awesome, and you get all that hype mentality going on there, and every thumbnail on YouTube is calling out $500,000 or I don't know. This should be a really interesting cycle, since this is Bitcoin's first global adoption cycle. We should get a lot out of it, but it will not be sustainable at those high prices. I do not believe at this point, because them big boys are going to get paid. They're going to sell too, and they got lots to sell. And the ETFs and all that's bundled over there, which is so much easier, they're going to be selling off a lot too, right? And I'm sure you'll get some Bitcoin short funds, or more of them, gaining some traction. And I don't know, it'll get a little bit more crazier over the next couple of months, I'm sure of. That's why it's kind of, don't want to give up hope here that the bear market is already in, when the fund's just getting ready to begin. But they go through the shakeout, and it does tax you. This market will tax you emotionally, financially, just exhaust you, right? And then you can miss out on it, right, if you get too bearish. So we want to be diligent and just look for the signs. And zooming out looks for the signs. And here on the daily, we got a good sign. You see that little green line right here that we watch so dear. And you've heard me say it, 9 moving average. If you're above the 9, everything's fine, and we're above the 9. Not only that, but I don't know if you can see it, but that little 9 moving average following price, and then it did a U-turn right here, and that's always a welcome and nice sign. Now, all the other moving averages magically happen to be at the 0.5 fib, and that little yes/no area we got. So now we can see a scenario where we come up there. We really need to get past it, because if we don't, we got rejected there before, and we got our higher low. We get rejected up there again, we could be looking at a lower low and coming all the way back, and hopefully this little parabolic curve thing, it's got a little bit of angle to it. Maybe this weak ass trend line right here could hold us. And that's back about 104. That would be a nice little market flush out, and I could see how it would want to come back under this red cloud over here, because that's usually what you'll see. You see it on played out in small time frames. That might be a scenario we're looking at, where they take us up into next week, maybe, or maybe it happens really quickly here. I don't know. There's some room over here on the cloud right under the 618. So that's one scenario we might be looking at. But if we do get rejected up here, we are open to that $100,000 area. So that's why we're watching it very, very closely. That's the make or break point by my strategy right there. And it's a simple enough answer. Are you bullish or are you bearish? Well, where are we here? Well, I still got that hurdle to cross. Until we get there, well, we may still be in our downtrend. We don't know. We haven't made a higher high, so got to assume that all we made was a lower high so far. If we don't take it out, that's what starts leading to the more bearish sentiment here, right? but even that I don't think would last long. So that's my take on it. I see moving average is doing pretty good. We got the strength behind us, but I just don't know. I'm not concerned yet. If we start getting past here, and definitely if we start breaking above this is turning into a fast move. All right, and now that one might actually be. It would need to really. It would need to come up here and complete this broadening pattern and get a higher high here, at least by a little bit. And even then, I wouldn't trust it. Even then, I wouldn't trust it right there. Not definitely to open positions, and we saw how people were afraid to buy over here, and a lot more people. That's what those wicks are. Is a lot of people selling, just not enough conviction to hold, especially when it first got up to 124, that first all-time high. And what did it do? It lost its low, right? Got up here just a wee bit more, couldn't hold it, and then we lost that last low, right? So we don't need to come up here and just barely hold it and then risk. That could be another scenario that could get us down here, because this thing can expand on, and this is the volatility. This is actually, when we see these down at the bottom of charts, this is one of the best times. It's like when you get the rounded bottom. This is on the right hand side, the expansion part, something similar to this. It's the fun part to play where you get your multiples, right? So if you're in the ranging area and you got a bunch of money and play that market, I mean, you can have the big whales playing this whole percentage here. You got 20%. They can make money on ranges really good. They make more money in the range than they do when actually the price is going up like this. I don't even think they like it when that happens, because that's when we all make our money, right? We make our money on the big runs. That's when we get the multiples and the increase, and that's when it happens for us, retail, the dumb money. But when it happens for them, it's through the chop when they start taking it all back. They don't care. I mean, the price to them doesn't really matter as much a lot of times, especially some of the hedge funds and things like that. But the spreads and the ranges, it does matter, because they can jump in or jump out with whatever and grow it, right? Whereas the investor and the hodlers, and things like that, we're concerned about where we get in and where we get out. Them little range players. So that's their game. I'm just saying they're pretty gosh darn good at it. Now we do have price going up, and we do have some decrease in volume here on the daily, so I'd be cautious about that. That also signals some weakness, some wiggle weakness over here at 114.3, and that's pretty much what I got on Bitcoin. I'll come to the 4 hour and just kind of see what's going on. She's curving over here, right? And we lost trend lines, so that's a sign of weakness there. And I'm not saying they're getting ready to dump us, but let's be cautious about it. You do have a moving average, bullish moving average cross there. That's good. But the other two moving averages that we can talk to on this forward trend, hopefully we're making a forward trend, a positive trend here. Ichimoku Cloud seems to hint at that, but it could be back at 109s as a possibility, right? It can. So we can take this trend line here on the 4 hour. I like the candle bodies, and we can try to figure out, because it's a weird ass price action, right? But there's a channel there somewhere. There's a channel there somewhere, he says. And I'd like to take it to that first wick and see what we got. I see something over here where all these wicks came down and there, but it doesn't have enough touches for it to be valid yet. I need 2 touches on one side, 3 on the other. You see, I got 2, maybe 3 other areas over here, maybe 2, maybe it's valid. Okay, so yeah, we'll see. It still points up right up here to 114. So all these things are telling us, and this is cool. Our 600, 360, 800 moving average, they're kind of sandwiched. But this one being above the 800, that's still positive too, right? When this one crosses that orange, that's bad news on any time frame. Overall, maybe not instantly, but on the time frame you're looking at it. But it is saying on my little moving averages I got here, like, oh crap, we flipped the last little ribbon in the band there, or band in the ribbon, and so official. In most cases, the other ones can be doing some stuff too, right? So we don't have a good trend line to go with here, because we're just kind of rounding out and curving. So I'd say we would probably test this little guy a little bit, 9 moving average, that 618 Fibonacci area. So 111.2 kind of through here might range a little bit. We can also pull our fibs here just for what we got, because that's what the fibs are for. And so for Bitcoin, Next little target, short-term target we're looking for is 112,400. You heard it here first. No, or hopefully, I don't know what you do. You could have heard it anywhere. It's so pretentious for YouTubers. I hear people, you only get it here at this, and we're the best of this, and this is, everybody knows that we're this, and I don't know. It's just like, how do you know? Or nobody does what we do. I think that's the thing. Nobody does like what we, but how do you know? How do you know? Do you watch everybody? But I guess we say that like over bravado confidence, but that encapsulates marketing, just part of our free market system. I guess I got to get used to that part. Ladies and gentlemen, we must now. This is what I got for Bitcoin. We should be going up, but it's a little bit shaky. She's having to fight the resistance all the way, but there's some good signs here, you know, for us to push forward. It's all about that 114 area, though, knocking out this high. All about taking this one out. If we don't take it out, we might be in trouble, or be kind of bored, or at risk of getting played again, because I think they're playing hard. They like that $100 Bitcoin because it's tasty, it's juicy, it's very juicy. Well, these days I'm going to come over to the chat and say hello, but my friendly side is more of a turkey. Ha ha! We're getting silly. Chat, how we doing? 70 people hanging out. Only lost a few of you. Shout out to Strega, who's #1 here tonight. My OG right there, Strega. Sean, have you been? Why are these buttons so sticky? What do you do over here, Sean? For real. Chair's always wet. Weird stuff all over the... Anyway. Do I need to go through the browser history? That's disgusting. All right, so shout out to Soul. Soul's in the house. Good to see you. We got Mr. C. Good to have you here too, my man. So glad to have all you here. Joe from Trade Intuition, fellow YouTuber. Look, he streams too every day. Go check him out. I'm just saying, get the alpha. Get that good crypto knowledge while you can, and where you get the freest. Get that mindset. You got to hear somebody talking about that's been through this market a little bit and hear their experience in it, right? And also, if they got some good foundational TA stuff that they actually spent time learning and putting it into practice, back testing it and experiencing it and testing the waters and see if it's true or not. Yeah, you might want to hear what they say. Yeah, might want to listen. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I lost the chat again because that's what we do here. Ave Medina, how's it going? Good to see you. Pretty awesome editor right there. Been doing some cool stuff. GG, how's it going, GG? Good to see you. Wanda, thank you for the normal audio. Frank Lopez, good to have you here. And have we got everybody yet? Jim Derringer's back in the house. How's it going? Frank Lopez says aerodrome. Wait a minute. If I don't write it down. Jim says, I would urge everyone to take time to watch the Federal Reserve meeting on crypto payments that happened recently. Big boys basically lay out what they want and what they will do. That would... When Jim speaks, everyone should listen. He's like E.F. Hutton. Did that just date me? I mean, I've read about it in the history books. A place called E.F. Hutton. I don't know. It's bad. I don't know. Anyway, no personal experience. I don't go back to them horse and buggy days. Federal Reserve meeting on crypto payments. It's already happened, so it should be available out there, right? We'll have to do a little deep diving. Thank you, Jim. I appreciate that. That's good looking out. Bullets on Parade. Yo, Degens and fellow Degens. How's it going, Bush Break? Bullets on Parade is my biggest donor right there. Laid out a big $500 super chat on us not long ago when we were doing the music streams and promoting that. Yeah. He has not been usurped. He is in our lounge room with the big plaque over there. Yeah, it's going to stay there too. Unless somebody more deserving think that you can take him out. We're in that competition period. We got Haven in the house. Squirrel! There's always squirrels. Always squirrels. Seems like we're going to have to get a squirrel character over here. I've been having some fun with the AI stuff on Grok. I now have a subscription to Grok. I wasn't planning on that, but I keep running it, and running the free one into the hey, you got to back off thing for 2 hours or whatever, and I'm like, oh, I can't handle that. The Sora thing looks really cool, but I can't find. I don't know what I come into is not the same thing. Doesn't seem to act the same way as what I see everything else. I think I keep running into third parties or something that have licensed it out or not licensed or whatever, or using it, and then they're charging it. I don't know. Some of that stuff just gets too damn expensive, and a lot of it is open source. If you got enough compute power, you can do it. But the problem is that's a lot of compute power now. The war is going to be between AI mining or AI data and crypto mining. Where they can, I think the equipment overlaps. I think it overlaps or can overlap. So, when I might start putting a stranglehold on the other, I think maybe, and maybe on the most important proof of works. I don't know. We need to free up some energy. If we do that, then it won't be an issue. But if they don't free up energy, or we get a good, reliable, cheap source of energy, might be an issue at some time. Frank Lopez says, I got the giblets. I got giblets too. Let's see. Wait a minute. Did I miss something? I think I looked at it for me a couple weeks ago, but I can have you look at BitLight. Ticker's light. Okay, I almost missed that. Squirrel. We got Celinda. How's it going? Was laughing my butt off when Laffer sold his giggle after talking about it for a week and exploded today. Thought he was going to cry. I saw that Giggle was up. I don't even know what Giggle is, but I saw Giggle Fund right here went up 175%. Virtual's been doing pretty good too. I did find out my virtuals didn't make it. They got obliterated. And I was growing that freaking bag too. I done good, and then virtual was kind of fizzled. Man, well that's so. I'm lacking the desire to get back into virtuals. Don't know if it's PTSD. It's me and being emotional and biased. Probably is. Just like, and it's just too late to chase, man, because this thing was hanging around $1 forever. And so I don't really trust that it's going to just suddenly hold this value just yet. Now, do we take a look at total 3? We gotta. That's what we didn't do. We didn't do our indices. That's what's. You can't get altcoins without these folks. You just can't. See, Wall Street, they're happy. See whatever this does, but it's not phasing them. They've been making those kind of weird ass plays. Oh my God, it's gonna break down. It's a wedge to the upside. It's gonna break down. It just does. It just keeps on steadily going up because that's a rigged game. Anyway, it does. The dollar is about devaluing, and tech stocks are outperforming the dollar. Bitcoin dominance over here. We're still working our way up to that 60% area right there, that golden ratio area, meaning that we are above the 0.5. Remember, with our Fibonacci rules, that if you're above the 0.5, you're bullish, right? So we haven't broke below our area that we've got all coins as well, man. Oh God, all coins. If you're not into your square, we're not anywhere near that right now. Not until we start heading south on Bitcoin dominance. That's how you know that we're getting there. And I'm not really going to declare it official. I mean, 50% is way down here. 50% is way down here. So our altcoin rallies happen, or should happen, as we try to trickle down there. We can get some rejection, but then they start giving up the ghost as we start coming up, meaning more people are more interested in Bitcoin than all the altcoins, which is kind of a put down if you think about it, because there are new altcoins being thrown out there every day, flooding the market. I'm guilty of it too, because I had to do one so that I could stream a radio over here on Road Dawg. So yeah, we're still in Road. We're at $8,500 market cap over on pump.fun there. I took the rewards that I got, which was not much because somebody was selling off there a little bit, and he got some rewards. And then I bought back in, and then some other people have been buying too. Sometimes it'll tell you over here. Anyway, what we're doing is trying to get this thing to the 100% bonding curve, and then it can graduate over to Raydium and the other dexes. You can still do it with the contract address. You don't have to go to pump.fun to buy. I had 2 small accounts, which I showed where they were linked and everything, and made some purchases through my Phantom wallet just with the contract address. Blah, blah. But I'm doing things a little bit different. I trimmed down the playlist. I did expand the playlist with some songs, and I have everything updated. You guys get to hear all the new music I do here. I put in the intro and the outro. Usually run the new stuff by you guys, and then we have it in the background sometimes, just mixed in. But eventually, I'm going to go through there, and I will be putting things into these little albums and things like that. But anyway, that's talking about something else. But it's a growing community, and I got so many people hitting me up on Twitter. I mean, my inbox, everybody want me to follow, and not everybody. It's just the people that want to. When you go see what they do, they just talk about all these coins and which one to buy, and it's going to go to the bear. They're shillers, right? I'm not trying to do any of that. And they come in there and they say, "Well, we'll promote you." They want to charge. Well, if I give them $35, they'll pin my coin on their page, and I'm like, I'm not interested, thank you. No, I believe in succeeding on your own merits. This chat member thing keeps growing, but I haven't seen anything go on in that chat, to be honest with you. But it's their app on the phone is amazing. Pump.fun, man, that thing is intuitive a lot of times. I just don't like their chat thing. They got to work on that, however that works. The only issue I've had that it's hard, I can't log in on my phone with the same account I use here. And that makes it weird, so I can't, I'm limited on how I can react sometimes. Anyway, this is not what we came to talk about, ladies and gentlemen. But if you're not following me over on Twitter, and you like quirky stuff like this show is quirky, right? There's a lot of stand-up comedy over there. And it's not all about road coin. Some of it is. But there's some crazy stuff over there, some silly stuff over there, and a turkey face. And this is a response to somebody else, and this is funny. I can't play it here. This is our new sponsor, Bathtub Socket, proud sponsor of the channel, Bathtub Socket. I thought it was a genius idea. I mean, you can toast yourself in class right there. That's awesome. Anyway, I mean, how many times? I mean, you blow dry your hair in the bathtub. That's genius. Why has nobody ever thought about that before? Anyway, that's one of our new sponsors over there, as well as Bago Glass. And then this is we've been busy over here. We're trying to get this whole thing going, working our butts off. Well, also by Sprunk Cola. Sprunk Cola, 3 sips and you go to the moon. You spout a rocket and it takes off. Sprunk, drink it, sprout brand new ears, launch to the moon, or just buy Road and pump.fun with same trip but fewer ears. And so that's kind of, and then putting out samples of the music, some of the songs, things like that. People can. And then I'm going to try to curate a nice, tighter, kind of top 40 kind of sounding
the best of Road Dawg, and put it over there on pump.fun. But I'll gotta see it get up to 30,000 or 30% bonding curve before I do anything real significant over there. Ladies and gentlemen, 22 people hanging out. Thanks for being here. I'm done talking about Road and all that. The only other thing I got to do is just for the people in Dubai, or you guys too, my OnlyFans group. That's the last shield, I promise, is my OnlyFans group. All right. If you want that private experience with a turkey with my fungusy toenails pointing to the entry and exit targets of your Bitcoin trading chart, you know where to find me, baby. You know what to do. Love you. All right, that's all we got for that. Now let's get on to the show. Sorry so much about that. Hey, respect the hustle. All right, you gotta do what you gotta do to keep. I guess if I gotta sell a turkey leg or two like that, I'm sorry. I'm just at that point in life where I'm doing it. All right, I'm coming to the. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. I've already got PTSD because I know what next month is. It's November. I know how some of you guys think. I know you're people. You're cool. It's cool. It's all right. But some of you don't look at me the right way. I'm just saying I feel violated by some of the stares that I get. By sometimes. I'm just saying. Is it because I'm that gorgeous, or is it because of all this buttery crispiness that I exude? The jury is still out on that. All right. Anyway, I'm coming back over here. We got Justin X Crypto. How's it going, Justin? Good to see you, my man. Bullets on Parade says it wasn't me. It was another Degen. Frank Lopez says AIXBT waking up. Oh my God, I might still have a little tiny bag of that on my wallets here. Oh, it's finally moved. Somewhere snailish, but at least moving in the right direction. That's a good thing. We need that to keep happening. We did look at total 3, right? Did I make a... How we doing? We're just trying to test its high there, right? It's already got past it's stumbling right now at the 886 fib. Let's see what we can without bringing out the full-fledged chart here. Pretty decent. I mean, it and Bitcoin, they're lacking a little bit, and we do see a pullback. We got past the wait a minute. Yeah, we got past our 0.5 and 0.618. So we're trying to get up to the upper levels, the 113 and 272 areas. I believe to the 272 is at $1.04 trillion mark. So that's kind of my ultimate place I'm looking to see the bigger rejection out of altcoin. Right up through there. So hopefully we just can't get a straight trend line here just yet. But steady. So the money's trickling in, and that's kind of a good sign in itself, is if it's coming in slow and driving things up rather than real fast. But still, it's coming in on a weekend for the most part. Not all of it. A lot of it started on Wednesday, right? Thursday. 23rd but coming into Friday through Saturday, this part is kind of a little suspect. And also keep in mind that in Bitcoin, where the CME futures gap will probably be, we'll kind of see it tomorrow, I guess. Let's get the regular candles over here. That's kind of important to keep up with. So they closed at 110, all right, and we're at 111. Now the wick that they got is about 112.4, and if I'm not, isn't that where one of our areas is? So we may be ranging a little bit rangy tomorrow through here until CME opens about 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here in the U.S., and then they may close that gap then, and we can go on. That would be a bullish scenario. So there's another argument that we might be coming back down to their closing price here about 110. So if it happens, I mean, that's not a reason to get bearish. I would say it'd probably be a reason to be a little bit bullish. They've got the green dot on the daily over there on that one, so that's a good sign. All right, I gotta get off the Christmas tree candles. Well, the holidays are coming soon enough. Come over to Oz, and here on the MACD on the daily, it's got a bullish cross, so we got that going on. Do keep in mind, we still got the weekly MACD over here is still, she's got some work to do, and she's not giving us a lighter candle. It's going to take something to do that, and I wouldn't consider, I got to see something happen a little bit like this over here too, just to get out of that little
suspicious feeling that they're going to try to pull something on us, because they did pull something on us when this happened. They gave us a new all-time high, and that when after it did this, and that's well, you can see it didn't last, right? You can't trust what you can't trust what happens too bullish when this one is bearish, especially on a big time frame. So be cautious. We got to be cautious. We got to be cautious. Don't fall for the tricks, and it's usually not good to fall for whatever they're doing on the weekend. Take advantage of what you get on the weekend. You might want to be paying yourself a little bit. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for hanging out, 23 people. I'm going to take a look at a few coins here. This is COI. This is the COAI on MEXC now. And looks like we were following this thing over here. Anybody get some of this when it was cheap? I picked up a little bit, not a whole lot, but I did not do anything when it was up here. I've got it on a wallet, and I'm trading. It's a swap. It's not a one. I just do it all on swap because my exchange doesn't have it. Maybe they'll get it. So now we got a possible, well, we got 1-2 areas over here. This is bring it down to for support there. It looks like it's trying to catch right there. 200 move, or the 21 moving average is way up here over the 50 and 100. So it's still in a bullish position there. Pull our fibs, we should be at about a 786 area. Oh my God, did it wrong. What the hell? Swing low to swing high. Tell me where I need to buy. That's the incantation that I use to help me out. We're still might hit this 1886. Still may not. We still have a trend line for support. So at worst, when I'm looking at back to the lower $6 area, 614, somewhere through that. We're on the 4 hour here. Got some bearish crosses. So we might drive down just a little bit there. Hopefully not go back down to these areas, because that would be horrible after this one's been to $20 one twice. Man, I really should have. I thought I saw it and thought about it, and I just didn't get around to doing it because I was doing some other stuff there. And then she dropped a lot. And that's a good example of even knowing what to do. You find yourself in a situation where it doesn't get done. And for me, maybe it's my ADD or ADHD. I don't have the hyper kind though. I got the lazy kind. I don't have the hyper kind. I want to watch you whirl in circles. Yeah, that okay. You keep doing it. That's fun. All right. Yeah. I don't know. Being silly. But the crypto is full of surprises, not just on the trading, right? The exchanges have a surprise for you, and then, of course, the market has a surprise for us through the exchanges. I mean, exchanges delist a coin or something just out of the blue. Oh, crap, but I'm in that one. What? And then it sells off on that exchange, and you're like, oh, man, I'm just screwed here. Or, you know... You got to pull it out of a leverage position before it's too, there's always all these little things that just can come by and screw up your trade or your investment ideas and strategies throughout the market. The longer you hold it, the more that you encounter that, and there may be a lesson there just not to hold these things as long. Maybe divide it up, not just try to carry the whole bag the whole time. I might look at doing that next time. I've tried to carry some of these bags the whole time. So look at you not catching coming down here. So COAI, you're at a good place to start looking at. Let's see what you got. Are you catching anything on the 15-minute? She hasn't figured out life yet. She might still have some thinking to do here. She's trying to round out down here. SNX might be another one to take a look at. SNX is, oh, you're dropping like a rock, are you? On the 15? Made me look stupid. This one's tied to oh, snap! Yes, you were in the Fuzzy Dragon. Somebody put a cone head on him, gave him a dunce hat, and then his confidence obviously was destroyed there, and I don't know what this is. Probably made him throw up. All right, so, well, what are you doing? Why are you on a downward trend? Why are you coming up on my screener? 78 cents on this one? But this one got up to 250. Well, I'm glad to see that. I can take care of this one. This one might drop more. It might. There is a little hope there. Let me see if I can line it out here. Is there? Man, you gotta squint your eyes real. You gotta squint your eyes real tight on that one. Squint your eyes, Joe. No, that's bearish. She feels bearish. She feels very bearish. You can go to the wicks there. Double check on the wicks, man. That's just 2. Yeah, that's gone below the little red Fibonacci line. They were so juicy good. You were so fun when you were over here when your Tyrannosaurus pattern thing. Oh, you were over here at that point. We just drew that. Okay. I want to see what happens down here. It looks like we're coming to talk to the Lucy line on the 2-hour time frame there. But the bigger moving averages, they're lined up well, like in this little range here. So let her play out. Let her do what she's got to do. Take a look at virtual. That's okay. I guess we're not taking a look at virtual, but it cooperated. Thank you for your participation. Nice little run up for virtual, up to $1.40, and now she's losing that 9 moving average on the 2-hour. Lose the 9. Well, that part of the trend is probably over at this point in time right now. It looks like it's done its duty for knocking out this high. And you will probably see a nice little Fibonacci area. They're a little higher than 272 on this one. Maybe. I don't know. That wick's throwing me off. It may not be. I think the wick's... Oh, okay. That's going to make a difference. Almost up there. Almost up there. Also, our 0.5 Fibonacci. I see we can still might be working our way up there to touch that. The real area that I'm looking for virtuals is about 143. So the charts are telling me that one. I mean, hopefully it'll wick up just enough to take out these guys, right? Well, that would be good. But there's always one that's a little bit more. But we got a higher high than this one. We got a breakout. So coming back, I think we talked about this last night. Coming back to retest the breakout, which happens to be on this pull. Well, not the right one. You're so tricky with that wick. Tricky dicky wick. That 382 is perfect. Perfect. Okay, so we're should be coming back to test $1 on this one. I don't want to hear that. Oh, I bought it when it was 139. I don't want to hear that, Road Dawg. I'm unsubscribing. I'm just telling this. What does the chart say here on the 2-hour time frame? You got the 200 moving average way down here, 84 cents. 100 moving average is down here. 50 moving average is at 90 cents. That's the bulk of where we've been down here. That's got some weight, baby. Mathematically, however you want to look at it, it may mathematically need to neutralize and balance out there. I mean, price and these moving averages probably will intersect at some point, right? To kind of clear the base and level out the playing field. Kind of happens, right? And it looks like it's going to happen somewhere around 96 cents. Trend lines also give us a little suggestion right there. You see that little guy? So if I had to put time with that trend line, I would say that, yeah, it might have a little bit more of a probability to see it touch a little bit closer to this area. Well, we're going to predict it to the day and to the minute when it's going to touch. No, none of that. That gets into stupid thinking, right? And that starts getting you into your emotions, really, and you're not realizing it, right? When you gotta try to predict everything. All right. Or when something's going to happen. But I mean, there's an idea. We can say it's an idea because now WD Gann, he did figure something out, and there is a tie between price and time, and it's squared. All right, so there is a balance. There's an equal there. He had a method of figuring it out that's, from what I can tell, is very complicated, and I think the biggest secrets he took to the grave with him. But it gets into a complicated square of 9 chart and a bunch of other stuff, man. Planetary angles, not what sign they're in necessarily, but the angles of their Other tilt. It's wild, man. Some of the stuff that he got into. And, of course, sacred geometry, which I think the sacred geometry just kind of has it all in its code. So, and since Fibonacci is part of that little thing. So if we pull swing low to swing high to move out on the buy, you got your 618 area right there. But we're looking at the floor. How about I confuse you with that? That was a pull from the low to high here and our 382. That's what we're looking at. Low to high. Not from this low to high. We can, but from this low to high. That's the one that really counts. And it's kind of telling us here. When is that? Monday? Oh, well, now, what are we getting a clue? Are we getting a clue out of virtuals about what the market might be doing? 17 people, 16 people, just lost another. This may be boring you, but this might be some insight for you. Is this a clue that we might be seeing a drop? What would make us drop from 121 to 9? Unless there's going to be something funky chicken happen on, say, come Monday or Tuesday, because that's when our timeline's coming up, Monday and Tuesday. Will it? Is this weekend pump going to sustain, or are they going to come and do what they normally do and take a little bit of a back? Hopefully we'll still stay above this area and still continue our trend. Breakout of this triangle pattern, commonly come back to retest the breakout area. So there we go for virtuals. All right, I'm coming to the chat. Jim Jared just says, as long as the NASDAQ doesn't roll, we're golden. NASDAQ and well, I didn't check the actual NASDAQ, but the S&P looks that looks pretty strong to me so far. How about the universal plunger? Could just be a new moon pump. Yeah. Well, I mean, I think they want to try and entice retail in on the weekend, so we do see things move up over the weekend as enticing. Market makers, not so much. I don't think you're not seeing the volume come in, right? You're just seeing the prices back off. That's what we're kind of doing. Market makers are backing up. So if they're doing that, they're setting us. They've already set us up, right? They've already got us set up. So I'm not saying that we're going to go to totally a lower low. Cross our fingers. That's not what they're planning on doing. But I'm pretty sure they're gonna wipe out whatever gets chased this weekend, because this is what they usually do. And we get a lot of people there. I'm gonna build my position. I mean, you got enough, room to do that, but they like to get people caught up, trap them, if they will. Strega says, "I like the pecker." Well, thank you. 12 big doll, laughing your butt off. Michael Moore, wow, laughing my butt off. He said, "Buttery Christmas." Man, I'm way behind on this chat, aren't I? Bush on Parade says, "I had to go back a few streams and found it was Brave Expanse." Oh, Brave Expanse. That's right. Oh, that's what it said. It says the right thing. I'm sorry. Memory part. Memory part. See, it does happen. It does. See? Didn't want to steal his or her thunder. Okay, hey, man. Shout out to you for that. You didn't have to do that now, did you? I guess, we would have. All I have to do is go over here. I can see it. Yes, it does say. It does say Brave Expanse right up there. If I do with script the music, if I do this, no, it doesn't. Look, okay, yeah, it is Brave Expanse right there. You are correct, sir. You are correct.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
Oh, we didn't reset the music. All right. Just made Elvis come off a break. I'm here to steal thunder and sell you like it. That's funny. Slenda says, "Let's hope hope Trump has a friendly meeting with Xi." Let's hope so. Let's hope Putin will keep his duck. That's something to be. This Russia reaction going on here. I don't think we're done with that just quite yet. I think things are about to get in. And I think we don't need to get too bullish just yet. I'm just saying, be cautious. Be cautious. Don't get drunk bullish. Let's put it that way. Don't get drunk on the FOMO on stuff as people start driving things up and chasing. That's why it's good to accumulate in the accumulation zones where nobody wants to do it. Everybody's scared to build a bag. That's when the bag building should be going on. or the first breakouts, the first little breakouts, maybe. Oh man, did I lose the chat again? Have we been going? It's already been an hour. Okay, I gotta set my timer here. Gotta set my timer. Not trying to do a 2-hour stream tonight. Not trying to do that. All right, so I'm going to come look at some altcoins, and we're going to spend all the time on altcoins. Crypto Squid, what's up, beautiful people? Brave Expanse, there's Brave Expanse. Hey, just joined and heard my name drop. Hi, hey man, we were just giving you a shout out. I got the name confused. We had a little confusion there. Oh no. On who gave the biggest super chat of record history here on the Road Dawg Crypto Show. And it was you, Brave Expanse. We cleared that up. The Universal Plunger was for a sponsor ad. Universal Plunger sponsor ad. Plunger. I have to look into the ideas for that. Thank you, Celinda. Strega says my bags are a little flat. Doctors can help you with that, Strega. I'm just saying. Are you going to get the bottom surgery too? I'm just asking. Okay, I'm playing. Not trying to offend any of our liberal woke friends out there or anything like that. Not trying to offend anybody. But you got to take life lightly. You got to take things with a grain of salt, man. We can't keep getting offended at every little thing somebody says and having all these arguments and all this hostility in the streets, man. I mean, my goodness, have you seen the political hostility out there? It's just crazy. Why? Why has it got to be that way? It shouldn't be that way. Each side thinks the other side's brainwashed, and it's crazy. And if you say something they don't agree with, they're ready to get you canceled or maybe even killed in some cases. Oh my gosh. Then this is known to happen. Thank you, Selena, for the $15 super chat. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. We are 100% crowdfunding. Said you should at least make minimum wage. I think so too. If YouTube averages about 30 cents an hour, I don't know. I got copyrighted on my own music, so it wasn't monetized. And I'm like, well, where did that money go? Because I'm still waiting for that check from the music place, which is pitiful. But you know, it wasn't done for the money. It was just done out for the fun and kind of went its own direction. And I like it. I like making the music. I'd never be able to do that kind of quality work by myself here in my own little home studio, or even my own musical talent. What I can accomplish there with the AI is just flat out freaking amazing, honestly. Jim Dare says Bolshevism is alive and well. I believe so. I believe that is very true. It's a lifestyle, not a living in crypto we trust. There we go. But most crypto people, we've got kind of the same mindset. Most people do, you know, money was the big cover up, and we know money's not worth anything. Central banks and all that is all fake. We're not on the gold standard, and realize the validity of this having what Bitcoin is. Bitcoin is awesome. The only thing that would really be the scary horror story is that Satoshi wallet will move, and you'll find out that some big nation state set us up for a Trojan horse, and it turns out to be China. So, oh, we got you. We sell now. Oh, we got you my balls. Got you my balls. Or it turns out to be the CIA. Who knows? Or maybe Satoshi actually died with 1 million coins and it's locked in a wallet. And that's only 1/21th of the total supply anyway. He didn't get greedy. He did not get too greedy. He just mined what he can mine. And that's what he is able to mine. We're just all here to make money, Law. Well, if we're going to be down to the truth of it, I guess that is. Although it is a self-reflecting journey on the way, right? You learn a lot about yourself on this journey. You learn a lot about stress. Oh my god. Hey, you guys seen Tao? I'm taking a look at Tao. Did I throw up my coin request thing? I didn't see that. Wait a minute. Before I get too crazy on that, okay, I'll look at Tau, but then we had Arrow, Light, and AIVET, I think. You may have to correct me on that because my writing is getting sloppier. All right. Tau's hanging around 391. Who put you up here? That's not a bad idea. It's got a little range scale. Volume profile. Says it's hanging around the point of control, so support area right now. Could be going through that cloud. The Ichimoku looks favorable, more favorable. And our angles here, we actually got something there. Nice, okay. I don't know if we got our channel idea just quite, well, you do from here. So that might be a part of it. So it means we might have something else, like here, yeah. All right. So a little struggle through this area up to 430, 440 or whatever, and looks like we could push forward to 500. That's just judging by just the angles there without pulling out fibs or anything. Just keeping an eye on it. Nice place to support here. Looks like we can get some. We got a 528 target up there for Tau. 618 Fibonacci area. Let's take a look at Arrow. See what Arrow's doing. Let's look at what you guys are wanting to look at. 19 people hanging out. So we'll take a look at KuCoin. Zoom out a little bit. Get rid of some old stuff over here. Wow, you did drop. This was before the big drop. Well, nice little bottoming pattern there. Nice little topping pattern there. Nice waterfall effect there. You went deep. You went hella deep. You went 28 cents deep, Arrow. Man, do I still have you? I think I thought I had virtual too, but I didn't. That's kind of deep right there, Arrow. Most of my stop losses caught, but some of them did not. Or it went further than I didn't take enough on the stop losses to equate what was still trying to be held in the bag. That could be it on some of them too. So that's a 382. Why are you red? You're actually down here. So are we trying to get back into the pattern? It's trying to be a bull trap or bear trap? Could be. That would be the ideal situation. Get back above $1.07, $1.08, reclaim that 618. That's what we need to see. Otherwise, we could be rolling over. We could be just hanging out here. The bigger moving averages there are not very happy. Let's go to the 4 hour. Aerodrome. Now the moving averages are in alignment here, but they're losing it, right? You can see they're trying to cross or at least come together. Trying to do a W, so we got support here at about the 87 cent area. Or over the top of that W. This is a tricky area, man, right through it. Not safe, not really safe until it gets up here, reclaims $1 and can hold it, right? So ballsy to build a position in here, but it might pay off. I would go ahead and take this idea, the channel idea, or maybe even, yeah, it's more of a channel. You didn't see the channel. I thought we might get a falling wedge out of it. So looking at this idea, right? I think we got the wrong. Oh, it's just that Wix throwing everything off, right? It's the Wix doing it. That Wix throwing me off my game because everything is far above where it normally would be. So the 618. Really need to get above that. That would be a breakout of the channel idea. It's so for channel theory, it's making a partial decline. So that's a good sign that it's trying to do something now. And look, she tried to do it here, but we didn't establish a channel at that time. We've actually got a nice little channel there. And this is a bullish one, right? The ones that slant down are trying. Oh boy, they will break to the upside, right? It'll be a nice little move. And if we do, you can take the measure moves the width of the channel. Just take it straight down. And if we do get a breakout, put it there, and it points us up here in this area about $1.45. Not saying it's going to be an easy ride, but need to be taking out this high over here. So we'd have to take them in steps, right? So you can see the argument for the 786 fib retracement, then the argument for the 886 fib, and then probably a little bit of retracement there, sideways or wide. And then we try to work up to these areas, which is the 127, right? The 1.93 or $1.93 area, where we got the bigger nailed it. Or the bigger hopeful target, the higher high target. I better call it that. It's when it comes in, is that nailed it? I mean, when we come back after I put these higher targets up, and they look moonish, right? In a lot of situations we are, because I'm looking at bottoms, right? But I'm looking for the pivot points, and sometimes they are just perfectly spot on. Sometimes they go excessively up a little bit higher. That could be user error, that could be my fault, or it's just the market going. Maybe I missed something, But in general, we got a very nice, solid strategy for finding and nailing really good pivot points. If price is going to cooperate, right? Price is going to cooperate. And so to see if it's going to cooperate, we got a measurement system to see how strong if it's going to or not. And I think it works pretty well. And other bells and whistles are included. There are plans to add videos to the membership stream, so don't feel like you're over there for nothing. I do appreciate your support, but I will be. And maybe even doing some... get all this promotional stuff taken care of that I'm doing. I'm not hiring anybody to do it. And then we're talking about streaming just some of the stuff, like my research streams. And when I'm sitting here researching and stuff like that, you can come and hang, and we can just have a little stream. Some little things like that. It helps for people that, if you're not as familiar with the market, or just want to hang out with somebody that, I don't know, a mentor, if you will, to hang out, ask questions to, get some opinions. And there's many other people that you can also get opinions from too. Joe's another one. Just find somebody who's not trying to take you for, just spoon feed you a little basic strategies and stuff. That's trying to point you toward a good solid education, rather than just trying to regurgitate something that they learned in a group that they paid for, and they're just trying to resell those ideas, and that's as far as they ever got, right? But that's common here, and they do pretty well. But the more experienced people can look at them and say, well, there's some things that they cut corners on. There's some things they still don't see and realize just yet. And you can say that about us too, about all of us, I guess. There's always somebody with a bigger pecker than you. All right. Oh my God, why did you have to use that one? There was so many other idioms you could use. Hey everybody. Glad to remember I'm not in a room by myself here. Hey. Alrighty. That was awkward. Okay. The only fib I can really justify going with right now is this top to down here. I mean, for this little locally stuff going on here. And we're still in possibly the good little juicy buy zone for cake. So we're between 288 or below 288. We needed to come back to $3. Hopefully it will, but we got some bearish crawl. It's got some stuff to work on here. I thought this one might be a little nicer one. It's trying to be. You kind of got the little, I call it a stiletto hill. It's really just you get a squeeze coming in. It's not really a pattern. It could be a falling wedge for the stiletto hill. A falling wedge will work for it, but it can also be part of a much bigger pattern, like forming a bigger double bottom, a bigger W. So these patterns lead into other things that happen with channels or ranges, right? I do this all the time, people. I mean, a lot of you say, we know all that, Road Dawg. This isn't our first rodeo, but it is for some people, and that's why I'm here. You got a sideways channel, which is a little box, or you got those little diagonal ones that we point out with the trend lines, right? So it's in channels, and it can curve and do things, but it's good to be in the little boxy box, and it'll stay in a little range, and it gets out, and your measure mood takes you kind of up here to this area. I think most of you, you've been here for a while, and you've been other places for a while, and you've got your own little TA systems and things that you do. But also, I just tried to explain some of these things for people that haven't quite caught on to it, because it is a rabbit hole to go down, and sometimes you don't have clear direction, right? Take a look at Jupiter. Oh my God! Did the timer not go off? It's 1:18. I'm not trying to go past an hour and 30. All right, so let's go with Jupiter. How you looking, Jupiter? Well, this looks in pretty good on the 4 hour. She's getting a red dot over here. It's playing red light, green light over here on Market Cipher, but money flows in the green, so that's in our favor. So it's trying to figure out what it's trying to do in life. 9 trying to cross the 200. Jupiter's starting to look nice. Resistance up ahead with a negative influence on these moving averages, meaning that they're flipped backwards, but we can still get up there and even get above it. It's not like that's the total limit, but it does mean that we can snap back down here to some of these other ones. It's kind of like a rubber band. You go too far this way and snap back to some of these other moving averages. Especially if they're smaller ones and they're stuck down here and prices way up here, like the 50 stuck way down here. You know we're talking that 50 at some point, man. We're talking to that 50 and the 21, talking that 21. And that 21 can catch up with it. 50, that one's a slow poke, right? We don't really want to lose a 50 in a trend. We always want to maintain a 50 in a trend. And when we break when we're on trend with the moving average strategy, you know, he'll lose the 9, test the 21. He'll do that a lot of times. Maybe he can come down. But losing the 50 is usually not a good sign. It means that, well, that trend's probably shot, which, you know, I know it went back up, but it didn't last, right? Same thing over, I mean, you should see that kind of repeated over here. No bueno. And the bigger time frames you go, the more important that is, especially on the weekly. Oh my gosh, on the weekly, where it really matters. I'm going to come over to the chat. Oh, because I missed a lot of it. Jim says, I wouldn't be surprised if the CIA manages to move the Satoshi wallet. They recently acquired Bitcoin from inactive Satoshi era wallets by issuing a false flag warning to the holders. Oh, was that them behind that? I heard about some... I heard they were going through... some exchanges were doing something like that too, right? If an account hadn't been messed with in like a certain period of time, like if it was dormant for too long, like if you trusted the exchange enough to leave your coins there for over the next cycle or something, so there would be a stupid move now that they would reclaim them or could get rights to them or something, confiscate them. That's kind of shady. So we're starting to see that. We're starting to see how desperate that some of these places are getting for Bitcoin, I believe. We learned that we should have been investing in tech stocks for the past year. Touche, yeah. Yeah. Retail's mass exodus to stocks has paid them well. Yeah, we wasn't so much in, but what I've got in the stock market, I mean, it's been holding up better than some of my crypto portfolios, I guess. No denying that. Still, I think my most impressive one is the one that I'm mostly in Bitcoin on my iTrust account. That one's still held up really, really well. Maybe one day I'll wake up and just buy Bitcoin and stop messing with hot coins. Well, you always need to be acquiring some Bitcoin. I mean, even it pains me to say it. I mean, because there's that Degen part of us is looking at it and saying, no, it's too damn high. It's always going to feel like it's too high. It's always going to feel that. It felt too damn high at 3,000. It felt too high at 1,800 for me. It felt too high at 800 for me at some points. And it felt, and getting out somewhere around there and then having to see the options to buy back in at 15 or at 18,000 to 2,300 and on up from there. Yeah, I didn't like that at all. Still felt it always feels too high to buy Bitcoin. It always does. But you always look back and say that was a better deal than what I could get it for now. So even just nibbling. I don't know. You've still got your Bitcoin. You've still got your Bitcoin. It makes me not even want to sell while my Bitcoin has dwindled down because of these altcoins that sucked it dry. That's the lesson that I learned here. I ain't doing that ever again. Luckily, I got some accounts where that didn't happen, but I thought, no, we'll take some of this Bitcoin over there and we'll use it. We'll back up in case something happens with our, cover our margin and stuff like that. And like, damn. Slurped up a lot of that Bitcoin like a milkshake. Is that the bottom already? Those Wix on Nods only happen on leveraged platforms. Yeah, that whole little market maker, I don't know if you can call them a cartel, conglomerate, or network. Too much power and too much money's power. Is it too much in one place? It needs to be. We're supposed to be decentralized, right? If we were more decentralized, that kind of stuff doesn't happen as often, and it didn't happen on your dexes, I don't believe. The OG Road Dawg followers will know when the crypto bull market is hot by seeing his followers spike. Keep an eye out for that. Hopefully we can grow a little bit. We're a little bit above 2,000 now, so we're making progress. But some of these YouTube channels go so fast. But we're niche. Can't expect the big graph. Not everybody's crazy about crypto. Not everybody's crazy about the way that I present, or even the techniques I use, or anything like that, or just the flair. The weirdness of this channel. I like it weird. I don't know. That means you guys are special. You guys are special. Keep an eye on cryptos, but stocks and commodities keep me busy. My crypto portfolio ex Bitcoin and Ethereum has been in cash since August. Oh, except Bitcoin and Ethereum. That's a good move. Gator's in the house. How's it going? Oh, Gator's doing some deep dives for Haven, looks like. That's cool. Oh, man, I'm way behind on this. Linda says, I think they're going to make us wait till 2026 for alts. This woman I followed named God is Creative, she talked about seeing that. I guess about 3 years now. She didn't see much. It was weird. Okay, so this is we talked about it a little bit last night, but this is a little bit on the woo-woo side, right? But a lot of people in this kind of stuff get into the woo-woo. As long as you keep Jesus right first in your life, God in your life. Well, save you from going down the deep end. But she would do readings on the market and the cards and things like that, and she couldn't get much for 2025. It was kind of she was now I think about it, I haven't even considered that, but 2025 has just been a weird ass year. That's just been weird ass. But she wasn't getting much there, but she was seeing things in 2024 and seeing things in 2026, and she was saying that we're going to extend over into 2026. I'm not trying to spur the super cycle things, but things have been shifted. They have been pushed. First things were early coming in, because before the halving had new all-time high, and then after it's like, and now it seems like it's shifting trying to shift the other way. It's kind of wild. My prediction is the 4-year halving, the 4-year cycle still sticks, because you're never going to get rid of the halving and reducing the supply, right? You're never going to. That's always going to keep cutting in half every 4 years. Increased demand. So the 4-year cycle stands. It just means, maybe we're more 3/4 bull cycle and 1/4 bear cycle. Maybe we get more leans toward the bull cycle. We're just on that line. Just wait a little bit more bullish, right? I mean, and we're leveling out, the assets maturing, right? We've got global adoption, people. Altcoins, on the other hand, you can't say that for. You can say that for Bitcoin. Altcoins, you can't say that. They don't have halving cycles and all. I mean, they got their things, but it ain't the same, baby. It ain't the same. They ain't got their own. Not yet. Not yet. So they could do whatever that they're going to do. Straight Bertha donuts. Oh man. Well, at least you made some or had some. Haven's talking about the hippie chick. Still have my stupider Jupiter, says Ave. Did you change your name? Am I pronouncing your name right? I would like to be cleared up on that. I call you Ave, just like the coin. I am getting a moon lamp to remind me of my goals. There's an idea. I agree. That does sound cool as F. Huh. I made one of those. I printed one out for my daughter a long, long time ago. A moon lamp and made one. But he does have something real cool. I don't even know where all that stuff is. That was back in the day. Ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look at Bitcoin and see what Bitcoin's doing. We must reclaim the 117. We also got that 114, right? Don't forget the 114. Let me get this chart set up here. What is it? Oh, well, we got it marked here. Do I need to update it? It's like 112 over here. Check my work. Gotta check me work. Always staying on the toes. You're above that one. Are you really that different over here? No. What the hell? Did somebody not... little dirty bastard. Oh my gosh, stop cussing. Oh, that's right. That's right. I can't. Yeah, I think I back up. That wick. I got to be careful now. See, that makes me. No, wait a minute. You got a lower wick here. I'm on the index. Did it happen that way? Yeah. Okay, that chart's different. Did you see that? The index chart. You got a yeah. Oh, this is not the index. This is a Coinbase one. We're sticking with this one. Okay. Yeah. The index chart. It had a lower wick on this one than it did on the initial drop, and all the other charts. Well, most of the charts are kind of like this, so that's what's throwing me off on that one. You gotta keep in mind some stuff like that too. So I don't know if anybody has stressed this, but you should all know this, and just kind of whenever you are trading on the exchange, whatever exchange you're in, even a DEX, if you can do that, those are the charts you need to pull up. Now, you'll see me pull up Bitcoin on different exchanges, but there are differences in prices on there, and especially on futures between the mark and the actual execution price or whatever. So you need to chart on the exchange that you're actually trading on. And that's why you chart on the trading platform, or chart on the platform itself, and they got all the tools there to do it. Makes you more accurate to do it that way. Just gotta run that. Make sure that some people don't consider that, right? I'll put my, your price target you go with here may be a little bit different by $100 or so, $200 in some cases on the price target, and especially if you're trading like a Bitcoin inverse pair or something like that, man, the price difference can be quite a bit. It'd be off by $300. So if you're not going by the chart that you're actually trading, the pair you're actually trading on the exchange you're trading, you're not being as accurate as you could be, right? Sometimes you can find it here on TradingView. It's right on it, and sometimes you're not going to find the exact one. So Bitcoin, let's come down to our smaller time frames here, because it's kind of holding the level, holding the line. Smaller time frames are looking fairly decent on the bigger moving averages there. Just now lost the, oh, did you? But you lose the important moving averages a lot often on the smaller time frames, on the 6 minute and the 1 minute especially, and go in and out and zig around. You don't do it as much as when you go up on the bigger time frames, right? And that's what these guys basically recommend. 800 is the equivalent to the 200, and I think on the 24 minute. Yeah. Of course, Joe has an easier way to figure it out. I do it in math in my head, which gives me a headache. Here you got the 200 crossing the 800. See, that's bullish. That's bullish. That's bullish. We're trying. So I see them trying to probably working on their own, this same little routine that they've been doing. And here we were, this Tuesday? Oh, you pumped us on Tuesday. I can see them pumping us into a Tuesday. Or a Monday. I don't know. Last time they were Friday. We're still pumping from that, technically. That was this Friday. Oh God, I'm a 24-minute timer. I'm just going to shut up. I think we can still go up. We know the areas that we need to get above, and I think that we're headed up there. I think somebody had some liquidation levels at 117, and of course that's the 618 Fibonacci. If we're fortunate, maybe. If we get above 117, Selena said it a few weeks ago, said, you know, she's not bullish until it gets above 117. I assume she still has that same attitude or that same mindset, and that's true. I mean, that's the area that we really got to flip. That 618 fib area there until we flip that one, we don't know that we're going to hold on to the bullish activity of being above the 0.5, right? But claiming the 0.5, which is 114, that does lean us a little bit more there. We've got to go make a higher high though. Guys, thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. I'm gonna go to the end screen and try not to have a 2-hour stream. 1:30. Okay, an hour and a half. That's cool. That's doable. I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Bring your coin list. I'll bring my coin list. We'll take a look at the market and everything. If I missed anything, I am so sorry. I'll try to catch it in the end screen. Until then, we'll go over and listen to some of the new music I got. And see.
That high, grease my poison, watch my dream fly by, stupid move, stacking like a bad trip.
Ah, well, cool. Well, hopefully we'll get some more traction here. It's got healthy price action so far. Got the music too loud to talk over. But if any of you guys get bored and want to join on to the little meme creation craze that most of these altcoins do get, whatever, man. That's the thing, right? On the meme coins, you go post all the crazy memes that you make over here on Twitter, and I got a lot of AI videos, comedy stuff, just the stuff that I do, and my little twerks on it, and I do little crazy commercials. I think we talked about this last night, that old video game called You Don't Know Jack. Yeah. Or, you know, I'm kind of going for those late night public cable TV kind of vibes, early MTV kind of things, when like everybody is all kind of nerdy, weird, and I don't know, just anything funny. That is actually me. Well, I mean, the first thing, the AI took the picture and we got the video from it and the voice and everything. But when I originally filmed the original stand-up thing that I did, that was me with is it Marilyn Monroe face filter or something like that? Marilyn Monroe. I don't look like Marilyn Monroe, but it was Marilyn Monroe face filter that I used, and oh my god. So I guess that's what I would look like if I was a drag queen. No, that's prettier than what I could look like as a drag queen. This is kind of the cool Johnny Depp look. Or what's his name, White from the White Stripes. They kind of look like twins. And the guy that used to be the guitarist for the Civil Wars. Anyway, let me come back to the chat. Justin Makachek! Oh man. Yeah, I know. That's something that hasn't yet been cleared up. And that should be one of the first things cleared up. We should be able to trade any damn where we want to, honestly. Unless they got some kind of weird ass, you know. But so that SEC thing's still not, still hanging over heads. Early, late, yeah, I did start a little bit further. I gotta get up a little bit earlier tomorrow. Thank you guys. Thank you, Selena. Thanks for hanging out. Frank, good to see you. JG, Strega, Ave. I'm going to turn the music back up.
Friday closes high, weekend vibe set in. Whales dive deep, dumping with a grin. Charts go wild like a prank gone bad. All coins tumble, driving us mad. Stupid FOMO rush, chasing every spark. Greed whispers sweet, leaving us in the dark. From peak to pit, the drop's a cruel joke. Overdose on high pitch, now we're broke. Ooh, yeah. The rush is fake, the pain's too real. Grease the trap, sealing the deal. Let the wisdom kick, overdose on altcoins. Time to get slick. We can whale games, dumping in the dark. Crypto chaos hits, leaving its mark. We can whale games, riding the wave. Laugh at the drop of the brave. With the market twisting, feel the crash come alive. Grease the villain, but we survive. We can whale games, stupid tricks, let the lessons grow. Saturday morning screens flash red again. Whales play their game, driving us insane. Stupid scams calling FOMO's cruel play. Altcoin overdose, burning with dismay. Possibilities blinded, greed's my dark eye. From genius to joker on this wild ride. Market's a circus, I'm the clown in the ring. Overdose on altcoins, feeling the sting. Ooh, yeah. The high's a lie, the crash is true. Greed's the thief, what I get into. Wild spit, time to wake and laugh. Overdose on altcoins, cut the aftermath. We can whale games,
Squirrel.
jumping in the dark. Crypto chaos hits, leaving its mark. We can whale games, riding the wave. Laugh at the drop of the brave. With the market twisted till the crash come alive. Grease the villain, but we survive. We can whale games, stupid tricks, let the lessons grow. The trip's unwinding, wisdom's taking hold. Greed's a bad dealer.
Bag of broken glass. I like that one a lot. That's not mine. Those more PC guys here. That was awesome. I could never reproduce anything like that. I tried Sora. And good ass copy. That was hilarious. Should have just went to the highlights. That would have been easier. Maybe they're all in the highlights. Oh, look, we got more messages. So this is what my DMs look like since I launched this coin. And it's kind of the same thing when I launched the music too. I was being hit up for all these people wanting to partner, and they just wanted to get paid to do something that, I don't know. Some of it sounds, we want to pump your coin. I'm like, well, you sound like a pump and dump scheme then. I don't want a pump and dump scheme. I want authentic growth. I'm not trying to do that. Some of them are asking for free promotions, and I'm like, well, then why do you need me at all? Just come and join the community and promote it. So I don't know. This stuff does not appeal to me. But they keep trying to reach out. Maybe I look at it the wrong way. Maybe they know. Maybe the industry knows something I don't, but I just don't. My spirit doesn't want to take me there, so I'm not going. What is that? Oh, that's oh, those are old. Those are old. I took some of them off. I've been trying to go through and delete some of these things and make sure I'm not unfollow some of them. Got Joe. There's Joe. See, next generation crypto vibes. Let's collab. Innovative. I don't know. You get all the little compliments and everything, but hit 1.5K. There were the purchases I made with the rewards. Made some down here and then did some more today. Not very much, and the rewards aren't that huge. Somebody does have 5% of the tokens right here in this wallet. And then this is the wallet of mine, 3%, which is just like less than $300 worth. But 28% bonding curve. We will break that plateau at some point. We had this thing up to almost 10 Solana in bonding curve. We can get there. Naturally. And we get there naturally. You don't have to worry so much about scandalous players dumping on our asses, right? If we got our baseline in now and then they want to come in, well, they got to buy from whatever is higher than where we got it. That's the way I'm looking at it. And just a little could turn into a lot. And if it goes the Raydium, that little could turn into a lot. It wouldn't take very much road to see something really kind of cool happen. Like second stage from Ontario vibe. I love it. I'll have to check that out. What is the bonded coin thing? How does that work? Says Justin Makasek, if you're still here. So rather than like, you know, if you're trying to create a coin, you got to have liquidity there so people can actually buy it and trade it or something like that. So I think in essence, you know, they're setting the value of it. Well, it earns its value there. I'm assuming that they're supposed to burn when we get to a bonding curve. They're supposed to burn the liquidity, and then it goes over to like to Raydium and I think the pump swap, and then it will be like official in a pool. The ratios will be there, but I don't know. I don't know if it will still be the 1 billion total supply coins, or if that's going to be burned, and it's just whatever's the total supply is just what's left with the holders. That's what I'm not sure about. That I'm wondering. If that happens, then yeah, there's not going to be a whole lot of rogue coin out there, and it will be very little supply of it. And that's what I tried to do in the first place. I only wanted 21 million coins started. It turned out that's what I ended up buying. So it's part of the fair launch thing. It's actually a cool thing. The bonding curve. I guess it just stays in the bonding curve until it gets there, until you graduate. Honestly, I think that's what it is. And I think to get the 100% bonding curve is the 100. I think that is the total sale of the 1 billion tokens is what I think. I think that's how it actually works there. So to get that bonding curve, that means that all the tokens or majority of the tokens would have to have been put over there. But then I guess the Solana to coin ratio is I don't know, but it makes it where all the other coins are in the pool right now of pump.fun, and so nobody owns them. They're just there, non-owned, but by the curve. So they don't dump or sell or anything like that. It's just the pool where you can collect them from. But then it will actually go to the big boy pools. And then people can add their own liquidity to it, and they can bond Solana to it. It'll be opened up for everybody else to do that kind of thing and do the DeFi stuff with it, which like what they do with all the other bigger coins, like Clash and all those. So is it just a threshold to hit? Yeah, it is. Yeah. If you want to jump 10,000 in, does it get auto? No, I mean I think the total that it's got to be, it varies just depending on the price of Solana. But it's somewhere around $68 to $70,000 is the dollar value right now. liquidity for Raydium is 80,000 requirements. That's the way it was. It might be. Well, it tells us. Oh, snap! I can turn the music on. It tells us here. Yeah, so it's right at. Yeah, it says right now. It says 79,871. Of course, maybe the lower numbers I was seeing when we had like our 30 something, 30. Well, I think we were up 34% at one time. Bonding curve. I know we were close to 10 Solana, almost close to 9 something, right? So yeah, so right now it's saying about $79,000 to graduate. So that makes sense. That makes sense. Oh, we're in a no Keens country is what I've been seeing on the news. Don't get my head chopped off. Or 8,000 worth of Solana. Yeah, something. But what's important about it is that, you know, there's not somebody that's come in and got a big bag of it to sell, or you know, you can see who's got the biggest bags. And I got a feeling I know who it is. I'm not going to out them, but I got a feeling we probably know them from the channel. And then I was number 3, but I think when the initial people that were kind of excited about this, I think they've already sold their coins, or most of them. Maybe they're number 3 now. I don't know. But I don't know. So, for instance, you can click on any of these wallets and you can see $202. That's what the fourth or third was. Was this the 4th largest holder of Road Dawg? And it's 23 million. And I started out with 21. Mine is, how much do I have now on this wallet? I got 33, and that's from buying with the rewards, right? So I got $286 worth over here, and about $1 worth of Solana. But we're getting more token holders over there. The token holders are growing, and the post on X seemed to help get some people over there. But I'm not about to go pay somebody so that they can come in and buy a bunch of coins and hype the price up and then dump on you guys or anybody else for that matter. So I'm not interested in that. I'm not planning on playing that game. The only way that I posted it in Telegram, the only way that I would do the marketing thing is if the token holders wanted to vote, and we'll take my rewards and then pay them to, you know, to take a while to collect that, to pay them to do so they'll pin it up on their Telegram or their X account is basically what it is, because they have 115,000 followers where I only have like 200 or whatever. And I'm not interested in doing that, but the community wanted to do that. The actual token holders, we have to figure out a way to do that, to vote or something. But you know, let the community decide. Check out Clanker. Is that a coin? I'll make a note of that. Put our Jim's note here for the Federal Reserve meeting on crypto payments. Going to have to watch that probably tonight. Clanker. JJ says, true, that's why I like his channel. I'm glad to have you here, JJ. Hope you hang around for a long, long time. Just try to be real as best as I can. I'm just a sinner saved by grace. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being the 1% hanging out all night long. But it's time to go to bed. Lord, let's go home so these good people. Let's go to bed so these good people can go home. We'll be back again tomorrow night, and like I said, have fun with X, or if any of you want to. And I don't know, just have a good day, man. Tomorrow's the Lord's Day. Have a good one. I'll see you tomorrow night. Good night, everybody. All right, is the dog going to wave? Because we do the routine is the dog waves, and we say good night, John Boy. I don't know why anymore. Good night, John Boy. Good night, Iris.